but fairly new crew of the Starship Pictoris. Which is, the design is based off of a Troc light freighter, because it's my favorite. So, seriously, I based my web handles on it. I just got rid of the H. All right, so I set up the wiki and all of that, and there are job lists. The job markets, the Daybreak Society, and Space List. Space List is like Craigslist, but in space. So lots of sketchy dudes doing lots of sketchy stuff, but maybe there's a deal. Meanwhile, the Daybreak Society takes 15%, but they guarantee payment on delivery. So, and basically they have nodes in everywhere within about 3 jumps of Halia. What did you guys talk about last week, actually? Because I wasn't here, and you guys had a discussion session.
Most of that was revolving around the economics.
Yeah. Well, I'm still trying to sort that out.
Did you ever bother to look at that long conversation that Frank started?
Oh no, I did. I was watching it with rapt interest, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand numbers.
Well, whether you understand numbers or not, I still, all right, you just completely made this entire concept illogical. I love the idea that, there's no contact at the other side, because I will definitely take your money to ship your shit, leave the planet, and then it becomes ours. That works fine for me.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work so well in this system because, well, there's a regional hegemony, so there there is somebody they can complain to. Yeah. Whether they listen, who can say? But
well, that would indicate that there's some sort of communication.
Well, there is, but not direct communication. There's no faster than light communication, but
right.
There is communication, generally with people like you. And remember, you guys don't even really know how to operate your ship. As far as I know, last we talked, you guys had been on it for about 2 days since Frank's character. Oh, what is his name? S-Man. Srinivasan?
Yep.
Okay. Since Srinivasan won it in a game of cards. So we don't have Ben Holiday with us, correct? So he's meditating for possibly days on end. Who can say? But so we have Ardelia, Merak, and Srinivasan. Okay, so you guys are in your ship. You're docked at one of the stations orbiting Halia, and it's your show. You have almost no money and a ship.
I'm actually trying to find Halia. Why can't I find Halia?
It's in the Hrefna system.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Now, it was my eyes.
Ah.
Okay. Okay, so I've probably gone over the ship 3 times, making inventory lists.
Okay.
I've got. Would it be a clipboard or would it be a tablet at this point in time to make a checklist?
Well, it all depends on the money you have.
Yeah.
So probably a clipboard with scratch paper you found.
Yeah. Yeah, or use a napkin from the last we went in. Yeah.
I considered using toilet paper, but then I took stock of how much we had, and no.
Yeah.
No, that would. I'm just going around shaking my head, going, "How the hell are we going to make this work?"
So we need some kind of cargo, some kind of well-paying paid cargo fast. Well, in a well, do you have any suggestions? Well, you're the business expert.
Well,
Uh,
like I said, you know about the two major job boards
yeah, I was going to
for
say,
spaceship freelancers.
yeah,
There's Space List and the Daybreak Society.
right. So considering that, yeah, I am the business guy who knows how to find work, I probably did go check those out. Or at least in particular, I probably would check out the Daybreak Society. I don't know about the other one.
They seem legit. What?
Yeah,
Um,
I've worked with Space List before, and I've gotten screwed.
yeah, but they do have an 8-ball shifter for a 27 Chevy, so that's a thing.
Well, there you go.
Which 27 they're not specific about. Uh, all right. Well,
So, I mean, well, okay,
all right. Well, there's Space List, or not Space List, the Daybreak Society.
Yeah, I'm in there in another screen, so I was just taking a look here. So, I forgot about this Yellow clan. Let me go read it. I know I read the blurb you had on it before.
Yeah, basically we'll be building the setting as we go. So right now I just have the bare minimum, and as we deal with them, that's going to grow hopefully in a wonderful web of growth and joy and successful contracts, really.
Hmm. Um.
So we do have two current offers on the Daybreak Society and two on the space list. It seems the first one on the space list is more for a kind of return trip. We will have to go empty over there, and this is not profitable. So we need one job at least uh, with direct profit. So what
Well,
do you
it's
think?
hard to say that it's not profitable because we haven't even spoken with them yet. My concern is the fact that they're looking for people who are well armed, and that is not us.
Let's just say honestly, both of these job boards are pretty sketchy. Uh, and you know this as a mercenary, that both of these job boards are, but they Space List is sketchier.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that Daybreak Society was
Well, it's a real corporation, and they always make sure you get paid if you do the job.
right.
But they deal with big corporations, and well, big corporations have almost no legal limits um, in the Hrefna system.
So, I mean, definitely.
Basically, the government of Hrefna has decided that free market is the best way to go, which is very, very good if you're a big corporation. It's less good if you're not. So there's a lot of monopolies or near monopolies. And so, yeah, while they're asking you to do sketchy things, it's legitimate sketchy things as opposed to space lists, which could or could not be legitimate. Like you could end up doing actual illegal things.
Yeah. Now, the concern with the other one, of course, is that we will be responsible not just for goods, but for individuals, it looks like. Um, but nonetheless, okay, so the Glinka organization, so how would we contact someone in regards to this posting?
Well, you're at the central hub. So what you'd do is you'd push the little get more information button
Ooh,
and ring up somebody at the Glinka organization who would then set up a meeting.
so, well, I guess that's what I'll have to do.
Okay. So you do that, and you get in touch with, oh, what is his name?
I don't know.
I know. I just had to find it. Her name is Ayanessa Adi. She's basically middle management for the Glinka organization. And she says, so, Well, I see she's pulling up things. I see your paperwork's all in order. That's good. You're interested in doing the task. Hmm?
Yes,
And
and
you
yeah,
notice like everything is very straight and like her desk is very organized from what you can see, and like everything is perfectly in place.
slightly OCD.
Maybe.
At least looks that way. Yeah, that's okay.
All
Yes,
right.
if I understand the job properly, of course I'd like more particulars, but you're looking for us to transport some employees from one location to another. From here specifically to, where's that, Diego?
Diego
Right,
in the Ragnhild
right,
sector. That's 2 jumps out.
okay,
Now, all you have gas for, just as an aside, is 2 jumps.
right.
so,
Oh, no, no, I know.
so you can currently get there, but getting back will be
I'm
tricky.
negotiating. Don't.
I see. I'm just writing her name down real quick so I don't forget it.
Okay.
All right,
Do we
And
have
how many individuals will we be transporting?
3,
3. Okay.
and some testing equipment.
And some testing equipment. How much is some?
Half a ton.
Okay.
She's looking over. Again, everything's neatly organized so you can see her looking at a separate screen, and on her glasses,
Right.
numbers are rolling up, and you're like, oh, okay. She 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 had that number written down. I guess she was prepared.
I wonder why. Okay. So
And
I'm just going to ask a character because I know that Frank did the numbers. Frank, what do we figure it's going to cost us to transport 3 people, 2 jumps?
about 500 will they have to pay. For us, it's about 300 for.
No, I'm asking what the cost is per an individual.
yeah, what are your minimum costs? We'll start there.
Let's see. We did have a nice spreadsheet last time.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to remember where it is. I want to say, because how long does a jump take, too? So we got
That takes about 6 days.
Per jump.
Probably a bit more because we will have to do this on two separate jumps. That means getting out of the system about a day, doing the jump 6 days, getting out of the next system another day, and the next jump. So let's
2 weeks just to get there. 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 16 days.
And that's to and from, or is that just 2?
That's just 2.
Okay, that's what I figured. Mind you, the good news is that the system and the planet Diego actually has fueling stations and all of that. It's recently been colonized by a couple of megacorps. The locals who lived there aren't particularly thrilled about it, but
They never.
what are you gonna do?
Okay, for 3 passengers, we need to calculate additional life support of about 500 credits.
For how many days?
For 16 days.
Or 60 days? Okay. Want to make sure that we get money in front here. And how much is it to fuel this puppy up?
Let me
It
look.
will be empty by the time we get there, so.
This comes the exciting part of all Starship games.
Yeah.
Math.
Yeah, the interesting part is we need 400 for refueling.
Okay.
And they have to at least pay normal passages. That means 500 per jump per person. So we could probably demand about 3,000 for this, in addition to the cargo. This is not much cargo, but well,
Okay.
it would probably.
Slow down. I didn't ask you for profit. I asked you for costs.
Yeah, actually, we
Because
need
profit
to
comes from the business role.
we do need to keep an eye on the typical prices that are.
No, we are not paying attention to those prices because even the guy who wrote them said, I made them up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're also going to vary depending on where you are.
Yeah, so we were just curious what the cost came out.
Well, I think he put them there just as a baseline. So, like on average throughout your whole career, you're probably going to make roughly that.
Yeah.
But
so it's okay. So we know the cost is just under $1,000 based on those numbers for fueling the ship and food and life support.
What about maintenance? Ship maintenance is required.
Right. So ship maintenance is done on a monthly, and it was what, like
3,250 per month.
So 3,250, but we're going to be
All
up.
right, and so today is January 1st, Galactic Standard.
Okay. So
we'll go Halia Standard.
okay, great. Okay, so nonetheless, we're at so 2 weeks.
That way I can keep track because I actually have to. This is training me in all kinds of ways of GMing I haven't done since I was 14. So.
Okay, so the way I figure it, we take our fuel and we take the passenger costs for life support and food. We're at about $1,000 for 2 weeks. We take or 16 days. We take the fueling costs. Oh, I already counted that. We take the maintenance costs. But you know what? I don't know when our next job's going to come, so I want to cover the full maintenance costs in 1 month. So there's 3,500 or 4,500. Yeah, I have a little bit for incidental, so minimum cost of 5,000. Okay, so I'm ready to negotiate.
All right.
Now that I know what I have to pay out of pocket here.
She starts out by saying the job pays $15,000.
Okay, and job pays $15,000, and how much of that will be up front?
This would be a bureaucracy role.
Bureaucracy?
Or not bureaucracy, sorry.
I was just looking what I was saying.
I am thinking this is a business role, I think. Something like business. Okay. Yes, which is 2d6. Let me go to the I'm learning, so I have to look things up, otherwise I don't memorize anything. So all right. We're gonna say it's not terribly difficult. You'll need an 8. So 2d6 plus your business. You have business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did. Sorry, I'm jumping around all over from every page to every page. So let me know what you got.
It's going to pop up here in a second. Oh, I just realized it's not actually showing it to you.
Yeah, because you don't have it. It only works.
I don't have my video on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. My video is acting really weird today too, so I can't even turn it on. But I got a 10.
Awesome. $5,000. She will put $5,000 up front.
That sounds fair enough. Now the question is, it seemed a little bit too easy. So what aren't you telling us?
Well, our company is the smallest leaseholder on the planet. You know what they mean by leaseholder. They're colonizing it.
Right.
They're a bit like the East India Company or the West India Company from Britain, where it's just they control all business on the planet, or the corps do. So
right.
we're the smallest. We have the smallest holding interest on it, and the locals they don't like us much. So you'll have to protect our techs, our crew, and our technology, our crew, and specifically the item they're retrieving. There will be penalties should the crew not come, should our techs not come back. But if there is no item, you don't get paid at all.
Well, wait a second, come back. I understood this was a transport too.
Yeah.
And back. I'm pretty sure I wrote that in there. Hold on. Maybe I didn't write that in there.
As a
And
transport
for the
job?
retrieval of certain key technology. I guess I was a little vague.
Yeah,
but
so it was vague, so my price just went up.
Yeah, actually, guarding the people there is a separate job, and getting them back here is two drills in addition. That is.
That ups our costs and everything, exactly.
Yeah.
if you can bring them all back unharmed, there is a bonus. The bonus is 10,000 credits.
All right, but I'd still need at least another $5,000 for the base cost.
All right, roll business. This is going to be slightly more difficult. So we'll say a 9. Because now things are getting messy, and she doesn't like messy.
12. I'll take it.
That'll do. And she says, I am authorized to go as high as 4,000 extra. Up front.
4,000 extra.
Well,
I can make do with that. 4,000
That's a total. Well, yeah, that's
4,000
a total.
extra up front for 10,000 if we bring them all back unharmed.
Well, it's 19,000 right now.
Right.
Or 29,000 if you can bring everybody and everything back unharmed.
I can see that. I can see that. Oh, excuse me.
Which should take care of a few months of maintenance for you.
Well, we still have to do upgrades. Plus, do you know how much an instruction manuals for one of these things costs?
Well, this is a classic.
Yeah, we got to go on Space List to get it.
Well, just the turtle wax alone for polishing it up for the shows.
Now, I think if you ask our pilot, she'll tell you that it's not a classic, it's a POS.
I have been saving my turtle wax joke for a week, and nobody laughed. Okay.
I did.
Because your ship looks like a turtle.
Oh, I didn't laugh because of that. That is clever. Yeah, that's definitely amenable. So you're supposed to, and you're not going to tell us what this item is that they are trying to claim or reclaim?
The less you know, the better.
Well, you would think that, except, you know.
It's gonna explode when I go shoot something?
Yeah, you know, how highly coveted is it? How many extra guns am I going to need to bring? These are important things to understand.
If you want your people back alive.
Well, I would, because do you have a rep, actually, Cameron?
I don't think so.
Well, you've been a mercenary, and so, I mean, you might have something of a rep. Actually, let's come up with a little bit of backstory right now.
Okay.
Where did you work were you part of a mercenary company?
Yeah, I probably understand the world a little bit better. I probably worked for a mercenary company that freelanced for a corporation. Maybe this one, maybe a different one.
Would you like it to be this one?
You know what? Sure. Let's make it.
Okay, so you worked private security. Security.
And I may have been on jobs like this before.
You're private security for the Glinka organization. Now, is their private security really good, or is it just kind of middle of the road?
You know, I'd say middle.
I mean, they're a really old corporation, so
they're an old corporation. In their main holdings, it's good.
I mean, this is a Glinka ship you're driving. I mean, sure,
right.
a couple generations old.
In their areas that they actually, you know, their main holdings, their major holdings, yes, they have good security. In the outskirts, middle of the road.
Okay, cool. So now we know something about them. So they have good security in hub, less on fringe. All right. Cool.
So I guess this would be the discussion. Be like, listen, I've been on these types of jobs before.
She's like, well, then you should know what you need.
Oh crap. Okay.
Well, you'll get 9,000 up front. So
yeah, I know.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to deal with before you put your thumbprint down and sign the contract?
Yeah, I'd like to hear a different offer. Because actually, I'm not a mercenary. We are not a weaponized ship. We are not a weaponized crew. We are actually a peaceful transport enterprise.
Nobody said anything about fighting.
Guarding 3 people, having maybe one combat experienced crew member is
It's a milk run. You go in, you pick something up, you leave.
It's
well, ensuring that no one of the 3 people we are carrying there gets hurt is the job for just one crew member. This does not sound right.
Well, if they're hurt, then you just lose some of that 10,000 bonus. That's
yeah.
as long as you bring back the thing, the
Do
company
you see
doesn't
any
really
job
care.
on there that doesn't include some sort of danger?
No, no,
Oh, that's
it's my job to put you in danger, not to keep you out of it.
exactly.
Okay,
And trust me, you don't want to take the Al Yadai clan.
Yeah, no.
Their
What-
job will
what-
mess with your morality.
what should we pick up as a cargo there? Is it radioactive? Is it hazardous? Is it live cargo?
She
Well,
says we have. That's what the half a ton of cargo is for.
Yeah,
It'll
Okay.
allow us to.
Do we need
It'll
to?
allow us to contain it and bring it back.
Okay, what kind of special preparations do we need to make? Does it have any kind of temperature requirements or what else?
That's
should
what
be-
their equipment is for.
Yeah, it should be inert, she says. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take some time to read the small print. What happens if they they don't make it back and the equipment doesn't make it back? We still get the 19, right?
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And you just lose like 3,000 per person that doesn't come back. So
Okay. So yeah, we're all right. We're okay because if it really gets that bad, we can cut tail and run. It's still get
and
paid.
that's not something she says. That's just something you kind of know with how their bonuses work.
Right. And I'm taking the time to read the small.
Glinka's a weird company.
I think we had to take a class to be private security. We had to take a class in business law and learn how to read a contract.
Well, I'm guessing that's one of the options. There were several, and you took them on the right option. Business law served you well. Maybe that's why you got out. You rose too fast, and people started sabotaging your career.
Yeah. So I mean, all justice probably is used out there, and it should get a shot at the least amount from what I can tell, what I've seen. Some of these, I'm not even sure if going and asking for the job would get a shot or not. At least this company's in good standing. So we've got our costs covered. I see no reason not to agree to it. Time is of the essence, so I have to talk to the pilot and see if she might be able to shave any time off. But I think if we shave any time off,
let's jump to the pilot.
fall apart. What's that?
Let's jump to the pilot.
Maybe you should talk to the captain if he's comfortable letting 3 possibly armed people on his ship, and he isn't.
Okay, well, I
I don't know what they are doing, but 3 people on our ship, it's sufficient if only one of them has a gun, and that was our ship.
Do you think I'm going to let somebody on the ship with a gun besides one of our crew members?
Yeah, maybe he's lucky. So, I'm not that happy about transporting people, and we did have our talk where we
right, and the discussion was
we won't transport people.
okay.
There's not enough money to make, and it's
I
always
just made us the money. I just got more profit than you were looking at getting. So
the promise of possibly 29,000 versus the promise of losing our ship. This does not calculate.
Well, if you don't pay your maintenance, you're going to lose your ship anyway.
Yeah, but we won't get killed and lose our ship.
okay, I tell you what, I tell you what, I'm going to step away. You go ahead and find one of these other deals that's gonna work better. You come back to me with a better and safer deal.
Yeah, well, let's take a look. Because actually, we did have the talk last time actually about not transporting people. I think
because your numbers didn't support it. Jacob just gave us different numbers. So
Yeah, the point is in the risk of transporting people. It's not in the
Well,
money, it's in the risk.
you could use some of your upfront money to buy some better guns.
Yeah, and take shifts and put them all into one stateroom and have a guard in front of them. I don't
Well,
think.
that seems a little mean. You got to remember, this is through the Daybreak Society. If they break contract, they pay all damages because the Daybreak
Yeah.
takes 15%. You got to remember that too.
Hmm. I'm not happy at all with transporting people. So let's hear our pilot. So what do you say? Do you want three homicidal maniacs on our ship?
How are they homicidal maniacs? It's
They
already in
could
the
be.
contract that if they, first of all, they're not getting on the ship with guns.
Yeah, they could be. Maybe they're experts in weaponless combat. We don't know.
So the Daybreak is going to take 22,050 from this deal, or not, or 2,250. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a second. See, he wasn't good in maths. He was just an engineer.
I had a book that had all of my equations in it, and I would just punch the numbers in.
It's all right.
I miss my book. I don't know where it went. I lost it in the move. It's very upsetting. No, it had like everything, like how to calculate lift, how to calculate all kinds of interesting things.
I've seen one of those books before.
Oh yeah, no, engineering books are the little pamphlets you keep in your back pocket. It's just the handiest thing ever. All right, so so Frank, are you looking at a different job then, or?
I don't see the threat. As far as I can tell, these are three nerdy-ass scientists that are looking to transport with this item.
Well, as far as I can tell, Srinivasan is paranoid. So.
Yeah, well, he's well aware of his mortality.
That means you have studied, and in studying, you have learned that man is mortal. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually 2 votes for transporting the people. Our doc is meditating, so he doesn't have any vote. Well, so what do we do?
Well, if the 2 vote for and 1 votes against.
No, he gets two.
No. This is two votes against because I'm the captain.
Yeah, he gets 2 votes against. Well, yeah. I tell you what, it'll be this simple. I'm going to go find a paying job. The pilot's probably coming with me. So you might be a captain of an empty ship pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will probably regret this.
Well, yeah, that's my job.
Let's do this job. Yeah. Let's do this job, and hopefully we still have a ship afterwards.
All right, Starship.
We'll have somebody's ship. May not be this ship, but we will have a ship. No, so definitely, you know, absolutely, yeah. These guys will check their IDs. Of course, you know, they may be real, they may not, but that should give us some identification on them as well as their not standing. What am I thinking of? Background. Yes, that's the word I'm thinking of. And definitely, before anyone gets on the ship, we will be inspecting their equipment and them. No one gets on my ship with a weapon that isn't part of the crew.
Yeah, and actually, I'd like to check about the destination world because I'm a cultured traveler, so I probably have heard something about the culture there, the people there, but what's going on there?
It's pretty new, so there's actually quite a bit of traveling going there. So it's not too hard to find out basic information. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, what are the major groups in the settlements there? What are the major factions going on there? What kind is this a war zone? What kind of politics are going on there? And actually, and using my culture criminal, I'd like to check if I know some criminal contacts there that are probably involved in something
Okay.
that might be relevant to this case of transport.
All right. So let's go ahead and make a traveler roll. It's difficulty 6. I mean, it's not very hard at all.
Okay, let's see.
You know some people who have been that way,
Okay,
and now I
this is
need
a
to.
6. This is a 6 as a result.
Okay, that's a tie. I don't know what a tie does. I'm gonna look that up.
It's if it's the difficulty number of 6, this should be probably a success.
Okay, I'm just looking because I don't recognize rules until I've actually used them in a roll. All right. All right. That seems to be what it is. All right. So, well, you know that Glinka organization and 2 other corporations have quite a bit of control of the planet. They basically recently colonized it, despite the fact that there were loads of people living there already who lived at a much lower tech level. I'm going to pull up the corpse right now. Hold on. I need to remember. I have to look at my notes. The Al Yaldai clan has the biggest control. They're pretty much the biggest tech corporation in this sector. All right, and the other one is the. Is that the right one? Yes. The Goyin Alliance. They're a pharmaceutical company, and no one's really sure why they're getting into colonization of this planet.
Okay.
Everybody figures it's some kind of move.
What is this planet colonized for? What is their main import export?
Well, they have a lot of artifacts from pre-screen time. Some people actually claim that they're alien artifacts.
Okay.
And because basically the people who lived there before, or still do live there now, never got to a high enough technology to be able to do anything with it, a lot of it's still pristine. That's why a lot of people are moving there. Also, it's just a good staging point for exploration, which is because yeah, it's down on the, I guess, southern end there, so it can go on up to the San Silva system, Rika system. It's kind of on the edge of known space, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a lot of resources. It's a very metal-heavy planet, so that's useful. And the other factions are, of course, the locals, who have. I think they. Let me look it up real quick. Planet Diego. Things, enemies. Here we go. Oh yeah, there's basically their Stone Age tech who worship the pre-scream people.
Mm-hmm.
And there are billions of them, so it's a bit of a trick.
Are they tall and hairy, and do they talk in guttural growls and groans?
No, they're people just like everybody else. The planet is cold, like it's in the middle of an ice age. But other than that, the air is breathable. You can eat the food, drink the water, and the tech level in the 3 big colony locations, the 3 big cities, is all around tech level 4, so it's pretty high. What else did you want to know?
The simple legally obtainable information, and I might put my information gathering into the more criminal sector. So, what does the typical criminal activity tell me about what's to gain on this world?
No, you don't even need to roll. Smuggling. Yeah, smuggling is the big crime there. You smuggle alien or pre-tech artifacts off, you will be hunted by fleets and you will be shot out of the sky. Um,
Okay.
Who are the fleets owned by?
each of the corporations has their own fleet, or fleets, depending. The Glinko organization has 3 fleets. They're kind of terrifying. Of course, they are the oldest spaceship manufacturers in the sector. So
Makes me not so nervous.
Okay.
fly casual.
I will say that brought up some good information, though. We should probably make sure that we have some environmental gear, like parkas or the equivalent of such, before we go.
Fine.
Yeah, it's a pretty severe ice age.
Yeah, so I'll have to take some of that money and buy us the right weather gear.
All right. Well, that's if you even make it. You got to remember, navigation is terrifyingly difficult.
I have total faith in my pilot.
But she's sitting right next to you.
LSD while I'm at it.
All right.
I assume there is a starport where we can refuel.
Yes, there are several space stations where you can refuel,
Okay.
or you can refuel on the ground if you land, which you probably will.
One of the things I'd like to ask the navigator while he's doing that is, is there a chance of any gas giants between here and there that we can collect from there rather than paying for fuel?
Yeah, there's hold on, let me pull it up, because I think Kitu has one. If I remember right.
It's a big if.
Yes, Kitu has one. Where Sunaida is, which is where I can't pronounce her name.
This is
Ardalia?
Ardalia. There we go. That's where she's from. So.
Yeah, it's the radioactive junkyard. We don't want to go there.
Well, that's
Well,
what
no,
our planet is, but
yeah, there's a couple of gas giants in the planet though.
Yeah, actually, refueling takes about 4 days, and well, this does not only take time and life support. Well, we don't have calculated how much everyone will get as a personal pay. This is still open, so let's do the job, but we don't have any decent agreement about shares and so on that we should probably have before we started.
I believe the
Well,
agreement
you've got
was
6
that-
days while traveling through space to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so. And I was pretty sure that you had said that the voting shares was the same for the shares and profits, but we had to have a separate share for the ship to pay for upgrades and everything. So.
Yeah, we actually do need some separate share for the ship.
Yeah.
And maybe some separate share for, well, different expenses, like, for example, insurances. We do need to make kind of personal insurance, short term, about a month or so. If someone of us doesn't make it back here, the others get the money.
Yeah. They're not going to be here to collect it.
All right.
Well, why not?
So are you guys gonna? You're picking up some cold weather gear, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at equipment. I actually really love the equipment chapter. Now, most of the equipment you can buy is only tech level 4 or lower. The tech level 5 stuff is crazy expensive. even here.
So it would be advisable if everyone has some kind of communication equipment.
That's compads. Compads cost 100.
Yeah.
So let's. I'm trying to get back to the equipment section. Oh, that's why this is the complete book.
So well, everyone needs communication. Everyone should have this kind of how is it called? This Jericho patch or so.
The Lazarus patch.
Lazarus patch.
Yeah, those
Lazarus,
are only 30.
for revival. And well, some kind of personal armor would be advisable, I think.
Well, I think some of you have armor.
Yeah, I do have a leather jacket. Well,
if you want to buy something besides that, it will have to come out of your share.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, or simply don't get ever out of our ship if we are there.
You might want to pick up some vac suits or something too.
I've got a vac suit already.
Well, they're 100, and that's not a bad price, really.
No, definitely. I know that we wanted to buy some specifically for the ship because you never know if yours is going to last all the while either.
And you have toolkits and whatnot, right?
Actually, no, because those were fucking expensive.
Actually, I only have a personal toolkit. So I suppose I will use it only for making personal repairs on my personal stuff if I don't get any kind of personal armor out of our ship's funds. Okay.
Well, your ship is your personal stuff, though. You own the ship. So.
Okay, so well, this ship comes with a personal body armor for the captain.
No. It comes out of your share.
That's the problem with making the purser the most well-armed guy on the ship.
So okay. If we are to make some to buy some equipment, we actually do need to define what goes where from the kind of finances. So. Well, if you want a personal communicator, you might buy one. I do have one.
We had already talked about using that as part of the upgrades because we were going to link them into the ship.
Yeah.
So the question really is how much of a percentage goes directly to ship costs? Well, we already know that the cost goes directly to ship costs, and we haven't fully covered that yet because we're only at 9. Well, no, we have.
Yeah, because it was like 5,000 that.
It was less than 5,000 when it covered everything. So yeah.
Yeah, for 2 drums. Now we do have 4 drums to make.
Right.
This is different.
So right, we were at about 4,000, so 8,000, but we only got 9,000. So we're not going to be able to cover the entire cost for there and back on the upfront cash. I'd say take 6,000 and call that cost. So leaving 3,000 to divide up amongst ship costs and individual costs. And really, if you think about it, you run a business, you're typically going to take 20% of whatever profit you have and put it back into the business. So that'd be 600, but there may be, because we're just starting out, we probably have to put a little bit more into it. And I already know, I took my 130 creds and said, put that toward the ship. So I'm really not too against going ahead and getting stuff that everyone can make use of on the ship with the funds. But if we start going and just immediately upgrading all of our equipment, the money's going to go too quickly.
You could also pick up trade goods and
that's
try to make some secondary profit on the trip.
Yeah. Maybe
you do have 160 tons of cargo space.
Maybe we need to buy extra blankets. We'll get a discount on ours. I say that jokingly, but with the information that he gathered, I'm trying to think. I guess, I don't know. What would you think, Frank? What would be good to take there and sell?
I
Um,
imagine because it's a
Yeah, I
new
was just saying it
place.
sounds like just about everything, but
So well, I'm guessing luxuries are really where it's at. Like the nice things.
yeah,
okay.
but do they have money to buy this? As I see it, this planet is mostly settled by some kind of primitive folks. Am I right? Like
Yeah,
Stone
but
Age?
you could trade with the actual the corpers there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But actually, as we are on a job for just one corporation, we mostly have the possibility to trade only with this corporation because if we try to sell anything to the others, well, this might be a bit risky.
Might draw some attention we don't want. I
Yeah.
agree with Frank there.
So, well, what would they probably need? They don't get by their own fleet.
Hmm.
Okay, I know. Drugs. Okay, this is
Oh,
okay.
smuggling, yeah.
Yeah, well, why not?
You mean legal drugs like medications? Or
Yeah, recreational stuff. If you're a corporate guy in a
Remember,
primitive
the rest
world,
of their drugs aren't illegal.
oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
I mean, illegal drugs would be drugs that just kill you right out, like bath salts or something. But uh,
but
that's just good sense, not anything to do with.
yeah, but we actually could use some shipment with high profit, but we still need to have a decent kind of equipment locker for, well, different tasks we might probably encounter there. So, well, we need toolkits. We need
Yeah, I was definitely
survival.
going to say, yeah, we could probably get one of each of those toolkits. That's 1,800 right there, though.
Yeah, actually, we do need toolkits. We do need vac suits and communication equipment, and
So
then
that would be like what, 2,200, I think.
Well, it depends. Yeah, well, we need one, two, three, four. We'll get him one, so that'd be 2,200 for the toolkits and comms. But
And
Vax,
then vac suits, that's another 400.
I've
So
already got one, so we're good
oh,
there.
so 2,500 then.
So 2,500. Um, I know I got some Lazarus patches. Does anyone else get any type of med kits or patches or anything?
yeah,
Uh,
medkit would be good. Um,
yeah.
mm, so the toolkits alone come up with 1,800.
Yeah.
Medkit makes it 1,900. A bunch of Lazarus patches makes it about 2,000. Vac suits for 4 people and com pads for 4 people makes it 2,800. This is nearly our 3,000
Right.
mark.
Well, actually, we don't need one of those vac suits, so we're at 2,700.
Uh, okay,
Because
Because
I,
he has a vac suit.
yeah,
okay.
we might get more later, but I don't want to spend money I don't have to just yet.
Well, I do have a compad personal, so that makes it 2,600, and I
Okay.
do have a post-tech toolkit
Toolkit.
that
Okay.
makes it 2,300. So we have about 700 to spare, and actually, I'd like to have better armor. Better armor than a simple leather jacket.
I don't know that. What do
A
I?
leather jacket doesn't even stop anything that you guys would run into
Yeah,
unless
well, you and the pilot both have pretty crappy armor. I know that I bought like the crappiest armor that stops modern weapons.
Yeah. Well, woven body armor is pretty nice, actually.
I think that's what I got. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about 400.
Well,
So,
So
we're at 2,300, and
you
each
buy two of those, then
that's
that's 800. That'll be 3,100.
31. I wanted to try and negotiate to get my price for buying all this crap down to $3,000.
All right. Um, let's.
Or I want him to talk to some of his buddies. You might have some that is slightly used. Because I want to make sure we get our environmental stuff too, but I don't want to put ourselves in dire economic straits. Know what I'm saying?
Well, you could roll a business, I believe.
Yeah.
I need to double check that skill real quick.
I say, yeah, probably Frank's people would probably charge me more than it's worth. That's kind of what they do, isn't it, Frank?
Not not really.
All right. Background packages, here we go, skills. Business. Character knows how to run a business and deal with other entrepreneurs. And then there's... So I think that might be it. You could always go with criminal, which let me look up what criminal does. Familiar with criminal subcultures and the protocols for dealing with black markets and underground organizations.
Oh, what do you think, Frank?
Yeah, well, I think if we get some equipment that someone isn't going to miss anymore, this would be via criminal contacts. Yeah, I can try to obtain something of that. So let's do this.
He's going to go look for Uncle Guido down by the docks.
Yeah, let's do this.
Hopefully we don't get shot.
All right. So you're going to go with criminals. All right. So that'll be a difficulty of 8.
Okay. Do you think I could use a charisma bonus on this, or is it without any bonus?
Yeah, charisma totally makes sense here.
Okay. Then let's see what the dice give me. So I use my contacts, and I do get 11 and 12 as a result.
Okay. Yeah, you can totally get it for 2,900, and it's in pretty good condition. Basically, on the condition that you leave with the items as soon as possible.
Oh yes. You probably won't see
I'd be like, yeah, by the time you get back, it should be fine. Just don't flaunt it. It'll be okay.
Okay.
And who did you talk to? Let's make up a guy.
Okay. What kind of population do we have here on this planet?
This is Halia. There's millions of people, I think.
Okay.
Let me double check that before I commit. Refna and Halia. Hundreds of thousands of inhabitants. Sorry, yeah.
And what kind of cultures?
This is the trade hub and regional power source for as far out as anyone knows.
Okay, so
it's a massive desert planet, and has all kinds of industry and business. It's the center of power, pretty much.
Okay, I think for obtaining some kind of equipment on the site, I think it's one of the elder brothers of the Larson family.
Okay.
Let's see, Arne Larsson. I give you the name.
Arnold Larson?
Arne Larsson. They have some kind of...
Larson.
In the chat here.
He's a... I'm guessing the Larsons are fences?
Yeah.
They deal in stolen material?
Yeah.
The Larson family. All right, good. And you did very well, so they like you.
Yeah, probably we will do business in the future, in about a month. Let's see.
All right. Well, that's just how business goes. All right, so we've got that made up. Okay, so all of your equipment gets delivered by a shady-looking dude with a forklift. And it's one of the younger Larsons, the lesser Larsons. And And as that's getting delivered, the three scientists with their equipment on a dolly show up. Um, the leader is a guy named Edgar Elio, Dr. Edgar Elio. He makes sure to make sure you say doctor. He's kind of a jerk. It's-
Could you give us the names in the chat here?
yeah.
Or we
Oh,
could use kind of hangout notes.
that's okay. I have notes, and then I'll put them in the wiki when I'm done.
Okay.
And then we have Dr. Linda T. She seems nicer. She's dressed in plaid, but it's like bright neon green and pink plaid. And she seems to not really care. And then there's Willie, their assistant.
So I would ask that
He's a young kid.
I would ask that Ardelia checks their credentials while I actually pat them down.
I'm like, this is really Dr. Elio's like, this is just what are you doing?
I'll get right in his face. Did you want to walk?
And this
Okay.
is what you get for dealing with plebs. All right.
I'm gonna manhandle him a little bit.
All right. Well, Dr. Elio now dislikes. All right. Dislikes you, sir.
Eric also dislikes him. You can put that in your notes too.
Well. Actually, I'd like to welcome our passengers and try to diffuse the situation a little bit by addressing the doctor with all his actual credentials, because, well, actually, he is a man of learning, and you must understand, we do have some kind of security protocol to follow, and this is not always nice, but well, security protocol. Well, this is simply to be done.
All right. He says, yeah. Sooner we're off, the sooner we're where we want to go. Let's just get this over with.
All right, Doug, get in your seat and hold on tight.
All right. So that calls for. I mean, yeah, they don't have any weapons.
And how do they feel about me messing around with their equipment?
They don't really care. Dr. Ellie's like, careful.
I'll probably actually ask that Willie come over and help me to make sure that I don't damage anything.
Yeah,
I've learned that this shit can go wrong.
Willie's super nervous. He's like, please don't damage this. He will blame me.
It's all right, Willie. I tell you what, I'm just gonna point, and I want you to lift the panel or push it to the side a little bit.
It's mostly scanning equipment.
But no, I will take.
And what looks like a shielded crate. So it's
Well, what
nothing.
looks like a shielded crate, or is a shielded crate?
Well, it looks like it's radiation shielded or something. It's nothing special. Like you have radiation shielded crates in your cargo. Actually, your cargo bay is huge and echoey right now because you're just.
Right. No. I understand that. What I was saying is that if I take a shielded crate, I'm going to want to open it.
Oh, it's open. There's
okay.
Nothing.
All right, then I'm good.
It's just an empty crate.
I just don't trust you, Jacob. Don't take it personally.
That's okay. I don't trust me either.
You're on that side of the table.
There is no table. There is only space juice. All right. So that took about a day getting all of that set up.
Okay.
And then now it's time for the navigator to make navigation rolls. Oh, buddy.
Oh boy, this could be fun.
All right.
Yeah,
mind you, you do have a chart because a chart that's less than a year old, so there's no negatives. And let's see here. I'm just going to look it up, make sure I'm doing this all right. Transit time is divided by spike drive. You have a spike drive of 1, so that's not an issue. You can attempt to trim the course, but that gives you penalties, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I think we do need to plot a course outwards to the jump point, and then plot the actual drill.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to make a navigation roll to make it to the jump point.
Okay.
She just now you do have navigation 1, yes, Jen?
I think
Yes.
so.
Okay, good, because otherwise none of you could leave the system, which would be
Let me
bad.
double check. For your navigation. I am on the wrong sheet.
I'm almost there.
There you go.
Yes.
Yep.
Navigation.
Navigation 1.
Awesome. So we will make a. I need to find out the difficulty. Your jump takes at least navigation 1. It's against a difficulty of 7. So roll 2d6, add 1, compare it to 7.
And does she add her intelligence to that?
A 1 hex drill along an uncharted. Okay, yeah. Okay, what now?
Does she add her intelligence to that?
Yes.
So she got a 9.
Okay. So, yeah, it actually went fairly smoothly, and you appear. Which system actually were you heading to?
Oh.
Because there's two routes. One through Ardalia's home system of Kitu, and actually there's only one route. Sorry. So yeah, you arrive in the Kitu system 6 days later. Now, do you guys do anything for the 6 days? This is a great time to talk through other characters, meet some of the NPCs.
Oh, yeah, definitely want to talk to the NPCs. I'm curious. We're in there for 6 days because why?
That's how long it takes.
That's just how long it takes to get from point A to point B?
Yep. Unless
Okay.
you have a better drive, and then it'll get divided by the drive.
No problem. I didn't know if there was like a holding time for the drill or whatnot. So, okay. Yeah, 6 days. Let's see.
Yeah, throughout the whole time, Dr. Elio is coughing constantly. It's like he's got like walking pneumonia or something. He's just
Yeah, I'm doing this. The other doctor, what's her name?
That would be Linda, Dr. Linda T. Dr. T.
Doesn't she have a radio show?
No. I believe Dr. Teeth was one of the Muppets. But
So yeah, Doc, is the other Doc gonna make it?
she looks at him and she says, "I sure hope not."
Yeah, well, are we gonna make it? Because this is kind of close quarters.
No, he's been coughing like that for years. If he was going to kill somebody, he'd have killed me by now.
No, she's the nice one.
She's the one who dresses in tacky clothing.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, I probably ended up, since there were 3 of them and we only had 2 spare rooms. I probably
now she's wearing a. Well, actually, there are rooms stacked under the rooms too.
Oh, are there?
I didn't. Yeah, It's not to scale. The floor plan isn't to scale. Because I wanted you all to have your own individual rooms. But yeah, she's currently wearing neon green pants and a bright purple shirt, but not like dark purple, but super lavender. It just looks wrong. She's wearing a red and white polka dotted tie.
So every time I see her, I'm just like, here comes Peter Cottontail.
Oh no, she just throughout the whole 6 days, every outfit she wears is worse than the last outfit she wore.
So, Doc, you don't happen to be colorblind or anything?
No. Why?
I'm just curious.
Why does everyone ask me that?
Hey, Doc, what color is this?
And she's like, well, I don't know, but I think it's this.
I try to think that.
But yeah, she really doesn't really seem to care about her job all that much. Like, she does it, but it's just a paycheck to her.
I suppose maybe we should talk to them and try and figure out what are they going to get, since we're kind of responsible for. Well, I think that's a discussion for Frank, the diplomat, to have with them, because I'm not sure if they'll want to tell us.
Yeah. Oh yes. I'd like to make small talk with any of these guys, but I'd like to start with the assistant because actually it's often the assistant guy that gets overlooked and has more information and is more willing to share this than the head of the operation. So I'd like to start with Willie here.
All right. Well, you probably run into him down in the cargo bay just checking on the equipment. He's got big like Coke bottle glasses, um, and he flinches like a wounded dog every time you come by. So
Um,
I did not do
oh,
that. He was like that when he got here.
so everything all right? Do you need anything?
he's like, "Oh no, it's fine. Everything's fine. I just like to check on things. Just like to check on things. You know, just in case."
Yeah. What kind of case? You know, you seem like a pretty scientific person, aren't you?
Uh, no, not yet. I don't have my PhD or my space PhD yet, but I'm working on. This is good for credit.
Yeah.
I'd like it as a baby, but it's good for credit.
I don't know anything about science stuff. So what are you actually doing?
Well, we're just gonna pick up some. I'm not supposed to talk about that.
What?
It's a secret. We're not supposed to talk about it with anybody, or we'll get fired. And then I'll lose my credit, and then I'll have to, I don't know, flip burgers for a living or something. And who wants to handle dead cow flesh all day?
No one wants to do this actually. But you know, how often do you travel by starship?
This is my first time.
You know, on a starship we all are a big family, and the family does trust each other.
Well, I have specific instructions not to tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I'm sorry. You have to talk to Doctor. You'd have to talk to Doctor Aliel. He's my boss.
Do you think he treats you like you should be treated?
Well, there. He starts crying. Um,
I walk in and just look at him and said, "What'd you do this time?"
I didn't do anything, but the poor boy here does have some kind of things he does want to share. At first, he'd like to share his pain, and then maybe he shares his trust with us.
Well, not if you're gonna make him cry.
Actually, you don't know me that long. I make everyone cry. You're next.
that's so sad.
Dr. Phil, Oprah.
This is 700 years in the future. How do you even know about Dr. Phil?
Reruns.
This is year 3200, so actually it's like 1200 years in the future. And there was a galaxy-wide apocalypse.
Yet Dr. Phil and Oprah remain. Days of Our Lives is also still running.
Well, that makes sense. Because Days of Our Lives is brilliant. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, it's no Passions, but what was.
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it?
What now?
She was asking if Passions was an actual show.
Yeah, it was a soap opera in the late 90s.
I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Spike watched it.
Yes, no, it was Passions. Passions was huge for like half a year, and then it just died. And the best part was as it was dying. That was the best part to watch it because everybody was getting possessed by ghosts or demons, or going into comas or coming out of comas. It was magical. I have a thing for soap operas that I know aren't going to make it.
I used to watch, I think it was called Santa Barbara.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, it only lasted like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so yeah, so he's still crying. Willie, poor Willie Tren.
Okay. Well, I take him to our gallery, give him some coffee or something. Um, and well, if anything doesn't work out the way you like it here with your current boss, in space there's always a place for you.
So are you trying to find out what he's crying about, or
Oh
are you
yes,
trying
of
to
course.
calm him
I
down?
try, I try to establish a little bit of trust, and then let's see how this works out.
Okay, it's going to be pretty difficult for reasons that you'll understand in a minute, provided you make it. So we'll say it's a difficulty 11 to find out what's of persuade.
Oh
Yes,
my, okay. Let's see what the dice
plus
give me.
charisma.
They give me actually an 11. This is a charisma bonus,
Okay.
I think.
Uh,
So this is an
you
11. Yeah.
you get him calmed down a little bit, and you find out that the corporation is holding his little sister hostage so that he'll work for them.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, she gets a fine education, all of that, all of her needs are taken care of. He just never gets to see her, and should he betray the company, they have hinted that they'll do bad things to her.
um,
tell
this
me.
is not nice. Actually,
He's
this
like,
is,
I know it's not nice.
yeah. Do you know where they hold your sister currently?
Well, yeah, they don't hold her. She goes to school and all of that. She's still with the folks. They can get to her anytime. They're the most powerful corporation on the planet.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they're doing it to me. What? I'm not special.
Yeah, this is interesting, but you do have to be special because they do trust you with some kind of sensitive information.
Well, I can't say anything.
Yeah, no need. Let's hope there will not be any kind of emergency where this knowledge might be valid and vital to save everyone's lives, especially yours. So let's hope this will not be the case. But if it would be the case, well, it would probably be better if someone here on the crew knew about it.
You'd have to talk to the doctors. They can say things. If I say things, look, I don't care what happens to me. I mean, I'm not a brave man, but I just don't want anything to happen to my family. She's all I got left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that fully. Not a problem. So let's take care that this job will go as smoothly as possible.
Why do you think I keep checking on the gear?
Yeah, actually, what are you checking on? Because
I'm just making sure it's not falling down or gotten damaged or something.
could I help you with it?
Okay, just don't break anything, because they'll hold me responsible. You know that.
No, not a problem. I'm a certified technician. Actually, I am.
Do you have the certification up on the wall somewhere?
Yeah, I did have learned post-tech technician.
So you were like a graduate of tech school.
It was a 6-week course.
It was.
Yeah, it's more on the kind of the explorer business. You do need to well be able to repair anything. So if I see something technical, I might understand it.
He's like I said, just don't break anything, because they'll hold me responsible. And I already cried once today. So if you want to check it over, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's all scanning gear. It's for planetary scanning. Um, and again, a shielded crate to probably hold whatever it is they're bringing back. It has 3 slots in it, if that helps.
Maybe make him feel better and double check the mag locks and the straps that are holding him.
Oh yeah, everything's good.
Oh, I'm not there. I was suggesting that to Frank.
Okay, the crate is shielded against what?
Radiation mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you like I said, you guys have crates like this, empty crates because you don't have any cargo right now, but you have crates like this in your cargo bay.
Okay.
They're pretty standard. I mean, this one looks to be in better shape, but that's probably because it's new. So,
It's not rusted. It's still got working hinges, you know.
it actually has a lock that might work.
I think they solved that bit.
Yeah.
Didn't know they could do that.
Also, how does Ardelia feel about going back to her home system, even just to pass through? Are you homesick? Do you hate it?
I'm okay. I just thought I'll be back later.
Now, yeah, you're doing it for one of the corporations that dumps garbage on your planet, though.
It's okay.
You can't beat them.
That garbage gave me my education when I was younger. I could build half the stuff I could now if I didn't have all that trash and radioactive waste.
I just have to make sure some little toddlers playing with glowing green glue.
It's a radiation fight.
You'll melt your eye out.
Oh, God, I melted my eye out. My mom was right.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't glue, it was a rattle. It made pretty shapes.
Yeah, well, I think Ardelia said, I don't know if she said it during while we were doing character creation, or she said it to me afterward or off mic. But she said part of the reason her character took science is because she's actually, one of her goals, I know we were talking about goal setting, is to learn how to help the planet deal better with the radioactive waste to make it a healthier environment.
Use it.
To learn to deal with radiation. That seems simple. I don't understand the problem. Should be able to do that this
I
session.
told her she should start a spider farm there.
I totally plan on finding a way to make it into some materials and selling it back to the assholes that dumped it there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. Put a little star there.
And we're selling them their own fat asses back to them. All right.
I come in wherever the poor kid that was crying is, handing him a cup of cocoa and tell him not to be bothered by the mean man.
Well, it's less cocoa and more cocoa-esque.
Yeah, we use water instead of milk.
and artificial chocolate instead of real chocolate. Who can afford real chocolate? I mean, it's a luxury. There's like 3 planets that grow it. Total.
Well,
In the
I was
universe.
glad to see hot cocoa without the green tinge to it, so I thought it was awesome.
Look at those marshmallows. No, those aren't marshmallows.
Those are roaches.
Put those out. Those aren't good for you, baby.
Yeah, mostly your supplies are like protein paste and stuff.
Oh, is it like, what was that, Snowpiercer?
I didn't see Snowpiercer.
They were basically crushing cockroaches into what looked like basically chocolate bars, and that's what everyone in the lower class sections ate.
No, it's like that, but less gross. It's just they grow vat-grown protein and sell it in mass. There's a whole company that does
it's tofu.
Yeah, it's what everybody eats. It's healthy. It's
Tofu
vitamin enriched. It's got everything you need except flavor and texture. So
In my planet, you can plant one pumpkin seed to feed the entire village.
or you plant one pumpkin seed and the pumpkin man comes and eats you. So because it grows into a pumpkin man and eats you.
Fall, it's fun, good times. Will you get eaten? Will you be able to eat?
Halloween takes on a much more sinister tone. Old man Jack. All right. All right. So, if you're not gonna, if you're, so yeah, that's. Are you doing anything else for the 6 days? There we go. That's what I was trying to say.
I'll tell you what, I am making kind of a show of watching these people like hawks because, well, they are on our ship. So I'm doing my best to keep tabs on all of them.
You're trying to appear menacing.
If not menacing, extremely stern.
I believe that just is another word for menacing, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. For example, if I walk by that kid's gonna be no crying, no crying in the halls.
There's no crying in baseball. All right. So, is there a thing for that?
Probably not.
I guess that would be persuade.
I don't know.
Go ahead and
To make them think that I actually
Yeah.
am menacing.
Yeah, go ahead and make a persuade roll. We'll see how well you do.
I like John's theory better. My dad never had us. He found that waving gun around worked just fine.
That was my old fighter theory for why I didn't need skills, because I have a claymore. Claymore solves all skill-related problems. Locked door, claymore. You need to intimidate somebody, pain is scary.
Also, if I roll the right dice here, there we go.
Wow, sure. I mean, if
20.
you want to be all sensible about it.
So 6, I think. Yes.
All right. You think you're doing well. I mean, Willie's scared of you.
Yeah, but Willie's scared of his own shadow, so.
That's not entirely true. I mean, if you knew what his shadow was up to.
But at the same time, I am also trying to be perceptive.
Yeah.
Not that these guys are really up to something, but
No, they're really not. I mean,
they're really not. But I don't trust. He's blatantly paranoid. I'm just security conscious.
You're pleasantly paranoid. Yeah, if they were going to be up to something, they'd probably wait till you were on the planet before they did something.
Jettison them.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then there's also that they don't have what they want yet.
Yeah.
So
We're good.
as long as you're useful, I don't see a need for. But yeah, they're not really up to anything. Dr. Elio really hates the protein paste. Dr. Linda doesn't really care. You guys having any conversations among yourselves? I mean, you literally this is a majority of the time you've known each other. This 6-day period is the longest you've ever spent together as a group. So.
Hey, you guys think at the next jump we should see if anybody else has stuff they want to send over to our last jump?
Yep.
We're already going. Might as well make money from it.
Well, at the same time, we did bring up earlier, I don't know, we brought up earlier that we kind of want to be careful without drawing excess attention to ourselves.
What you could do is when you land there, you could buy like the metals and whatnot they're mining and then ship those back, though.
Ah, good idea. Oh, what do you think, Frank?
Yeah, why not? If we still have money to buy anything?
Well, we still have money right now. Right now.
Now, do you want to refuel once you come out of... actually, let's talk about it. What does transitioning through dimensions using the spike drive look like? Because it takes 6 days, so it's got to look like something. Does the universe
I
just...
figured I was under the impression that there was a massive amount of G's and we all blacked out for 6 days.
What?
No, that's crazy talk.
I'm kidding.
Because the pilot has to stay conscious for 6 days.
But actually, it's a good idea to refuel on our first stop.
Yeah, I
Because
was curious if we could do that because we're on the limit but stopping by the gas plant trying to save the money. But it seems like saving the money, we'd be spending more money in 4 extra days of life support.
No, only if we are skimming on a gas giant. But if we refuel on a spaceport, and there will be some kind of facility in orbit in this system, we simply might make a short docking stop, and refueling takes only a couple of hours.
I'm totally for that idea because I'd rather not get to a planet on E.
Yeah.
I think the
You guys don't
especially-
drive like I drive.
Yeah, well, at the same time, if we have to leave expeditiously,
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
At least always have one jump capability to get out of the system. Yeah.
yeah, I would totally agree with that. I think the
So
pilot.
let's do the refueling now, and then plot a course for the next leg of the journey.
So are these refueling stations? Are they kind of like a space station,
Yeah, they're.
or
I
are
mean,
they like what was that that thing from Tailspin, the series, or just a floating gas station and nothing else?
it's closer to Louis from Tailspin. Yeah, where it's a. I mean, it's a space station, but there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, there's the tankers who arrive, the big tankers.
Right. Is
who
it like
arrive.
Flying J? So is there a little tchotchke shop? Or
Yeah. Like there's stuff to do there. I mean, it's where everybody has to kind of come. One of the stations. There's a couple. I mean, this is the.
I have an idea. While we are approaching
It's actually
this,
probably a Glinka org gas station. So
this station, I think this offers some kind of shopping opportunity.
yeah, I mean not a lot, but yeah, I mean
Okay.
it's a space station. You can also get in contact with the planet or with any of the other big stations.
Well, I'd like to talk with Dr. Linda T. a little bit.
Okay, what would you like to talk to her about?
what? Staker Club?
Fashion. About fashion. because actually she does have told about presented some concern about her fashion sense, and actually I might have some recommendation.
Actually, as you come up to talk to her about fashion, she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I have been meaning to talk with you about your fashion sense. It is terrible. It's just drab and brown. Look at that leather jacket. What even is that? You need some color. Lots of color."
Color is actually something I really do like. This reminds me of home. It was always very colorful. Let's say where did it come from?
You lived in dirty squalor.
Yeah, actually, color is cheap there. At least the color of red. If
As I say, plenty of colorful characters, if nothing else.
Yeah,
so, where did you come from? So that you have such a well-developed fashion sense.
She's from. Hold on. She is from Amuna, from the Hrefna system.
Ah, okay.
You don't know much about Amuna. Nobody goes there. You've been there once.
Why does nobody go there?
It's just nobody goes there.
Maybe my cultural traveler gives me at least a little bit of information about this.
Not much, but yeah, it would be a really difficult role to do find because no one goes there. It's
Just like a backwater planet, or what?
well, it's in the Hrefna system and it's got loads of technology and everything. It's just they don't leave and nobody goes there. They're not interested in leaving much. Those who are interested all go to Halia.
Okay, so why did you leave your home system?
Well, I just needed a job.
Okay, I've heard most of you people don't leave your home world.
Well, that's
So
true, but one of your crew members is from Amuna.
Okay.
So statistically, we're actually in the majority here.
Yeah, this is interesting because Actually, your fashion sense seems to be some kind of unique. Would you mind if, while we are getting refueled, come with me to the market and, well, let's take a look at some clothes and anything?
She really wants to go clothes shopping. She won't buy anything but tacky clothes, but she's in favor of it. She'll buy purple and green and
She's
uh,
looking at Frank's character like he's a project. Come on.
yeah, exactly. She's like, "Oh, this will be perfect for you," and it's just
Yeah,
the worst thing ever. It's,
I,
it's a
I
bright,
always
it's a bright pink and
I always
purple
wanted to
pinstripe suit.
sell the leather jacket, and well, we might get something that she does like there.
It's she'll get you. She wants to get you suede patches for your leather jacket. Uh,
So if you think they will underline my character, this would be nice. Yes, why
But yeah,
not?
this station is it's kind of like an open bazaar almost, a big kind of haggling place where people from the planet and people from around kind of just bring stuff. It's like a farmer's market almost, but in space at a gas station. So there's Debos, which are these weird little blue goat things. Um, they were genetically designed to help colonists, so they can survive on damn near anything and can even live on sunlight for a while. Um, and their milk is filled with vitamins, and their skin can make really great leather and all of that. So there's those running around, crapping all over everything, and there's people hawking all kinds of stuff. Uh, Lots of sketchy people. These are your people, Frank. These are these are people living on the edge.
Yeah, well, I'd like to get her very much involved in some kind of haggling about some clothes and anything. Uh,
Yeah, she keeps trying to buy you
Only
clothes.
only to make her comfortable, because actually I do like to establish a little bit of base of trust with her
Okay.
to get to the real information I'd like from her.
All right. So, yeah, she kind of trusts you.
So,
I think she might even be into you a little bit. She may like you, like you.
oh,
That's more.
yeah, but I'm all business. Of course, I'm all business, always.
Well, look at
But
that mustache. How can you be anything but all business?
actually, so how come such a smart woman like you ends up with this well this socially a little bit awkward Dr. Elio?
Well, I don't know. People just seem to find me off-putting somehow.
Can't imagine why. Oh, this is actually not true. Our crew likes you, everyone.
Well, that's nice of you to say. And while she's doing that, she's picking out bright orange shirts for you to try on.
Well, actually, I do have the hair and the mustache for this. I can actually, with this kind of beard, you can wear anything.
But you might terrify Ardelia. She might actually think that it's Old Man Jack Pumpkin Man who's come for her.
She's a little bit busy right now. I'll tell you what she's doing when you get a break.
Is Old Jack the Pumpkin Man.
Okay, and you're now accompanying Miss Dr. Elio on this mission. But actually, what are you actually doing? Because well, it's simply retrieval job, I think.
Yeah, it's an artifact. We got to pick it up. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So this is your science specialty, apart from your perfect color sense, of course.
Well, I've 3 PhDs actually. I have PhD in pre-tech. I have PhD in engineering, and I have a PhD in what's something really weird? Dance.
Underwater basket weaving.
No,
Underwater.
no. She's got a master's in dance. So. Oh no, she's got a Juris Doctorate. There we go. So she's a lawyer as well as
A
as
lawyer.
well
A
a
lawyer
lawyer
for the dance.
a lawyer scientist dancer. You know, like you do. Uh,
And your current employment doesn't really bore you. I think you are one woman that needs a mental challenge for every day
well,
because
there's plenty of challenge, but no, I'd take this job for the benefits.
Okay. And Dr. Elio is here in for the benefits too?
No, he's interested in his own projects. And she is very, very mad at him when she says that. Like, there's rage in her face.
Yeah, I've come to notice that he doesn't really appreciate his team members the way he should. So what is his project he selfishly pursues?
Legally, I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, of course. Okay. Yeah, I understand. This is. I don't want to cause you any trouble or embarrass you, because well, actually, we do need it. We do need to trust each
No,
other.
we're getting weird echoes. Hold on. I think that's Cameron. There we go. No. Oh, mute again. Okay, there. Yeah. So it's you, Cameron.
Oh, you know what? My speaker's moved.
Ah.
Is it gone?
Check. No. Hello. Sibilance. Or maybe it's you, Frank. I don't know. Well, now everybody's muted. I don't even know. So
How about now?
I'm not hearing an echo now, so I think we're good. So Frank, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah. I've asked her about so yeah, I know you cannot tell anything about Dr. Ilius' private project or anything, but you know, in space we look about at least 4 weeks together. We probably should trust each other, don't you think?
He's like, I trust you.
I trust you.
Well, all right then. Problem solved.
I won't let anyone else buy me clothes. So this is a kind of very personal trust. So, well, what if you have anything you do need, and if you need any kind of, let's say, backup, if you want to make a point for Dr. Elio or so, just call me.
Oh, I certainly will. All right. So Cameron, what you were saying? Ardelia was doing something?
Yeah, I actually messaged you with it right around the time you started getting that echo.
Hold on. I'm not seeing it.
In through Google.
Yeah, I'm looking. No, I don't see it.
That's weird.
Wait, maybe.
You just typed to me, or you're about to type.
Well, I just pulled it up here. So let's see here. Alright. Okay. Ardelia, you're just going over the wiring,
Yeah.
and go ahead and roll. What is it? Astrotech.
Probably. I would imagine.
I think so. Let me double check because I'm still learning stuff. So unless you got a 12, and then it doesn't really matter.
You got an 11 without any bonuses.
Okay.
So that would be 12 if she adds her intelligence to it.
I just have to check and figure out what skills do what. All right, so tech. Where's tech? There's perception, tech. Here we go. Astronautic. Anything on or related to spacecraft. Yeah, that would do.
Okay, so yeah, she got a 12.
Okay, great. Yeah, you set it up so that it's. Were you setting it up for voice commands, or I'm a little confused?
Well, there's a reason I typed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just
So it's got inverted controls. Got it.
something like that. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what she wants to make it so if anyone else goes to pilot it. Just...
All right. Yeah. So yeah, you managed to set it up so that it. Other people could figure it out, but it would take them a while. So it's set up to your specifications. You're comfortable with it. You have your chair duct taped just how you like it.
That's
and-
her ass groove.
Don't screw with the ass groove.
And you've probably also got it set to a code or something that only you can turn on. So.
She's doing it for security, so no one else can steal the ship.
All right, and I think unless we have something else we're going to do on the station, you guys buy some fuel. Yes.
Yep.
Did you already pay for it?
Yep.
Okay, because I don't have the numbers in front of me right off the top of my head. I wish this was bookmarked. Fuel. Where is fuel?
He got some numbers off of that. What was the cost for fuel, Frank? You pulled it up earlier.
200 per 1 hexagon.
Okay. So yeah, you get that all set up, and you can make your second navigation roll to make it to the. What the heck is the name of the system?
Reginald or
Regal? Reg Hill something. I don't know. Hold on. I have to look it up because I don't remember anything. Ragenhild. There we go.
Great.
Or Ragenhild, as they say.
Roll here, so.
The Ragenhild system.
You got a 9?
That is enough. And it's another uneventful 6 days, unless you want them to be eventful. And it was a 48 hours to and from the gas station too. So that's another 4 days. And then another 6 days. All right, and so you're on the outskirts of the system, and it'll be about 48 hours to get to the planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Never again, Cameron.
My sister.
Never again, Cameron's sister. I shake my fist, because that's pretty much all I can do.
So since we're getting closer, I do want to talk to these guys. While they're not going to tell me why they're going, I'm going to be asking them questions such as, how long do you think you're going to need? Where are you going once we land?
Well, Elio says, when we're in orbit, we'll open up the scanning gear. We'll scan for the item. We'll give you a location. We'll land as near as possible. Go get it. Come back to the ship. Fly off. At most, it should take a couple days. Did I lose you?
No,
Oh.
I'm just thinking. So, so we're landing directly on the surface.
Well, you can. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, your ship.
Well, no, their plan is for us to land
Oh
on.
yeah, well, that's Elio's plan. He's you've known him now for 2 weeks, and this is a guy who's a linear thinker through and through. It's always the direct route.
Right.
You
Okay.
could land right on the object. He'd probably ask you to do that.
But even if I could do that, it's going to take him a couple days to get it.
Well, no, if you could do that, it would be. He's just estimating for all the hassle that might come in.
Oh, okay.
So he said at most a couple days.
Okay, so let's put something on the table. Let's talk about what kind of opposition do you expect?
Yeah, that was where I was going next.
Well, we know roughly where the object is. It is within Guyan Alliance territory, but it's not in a well-held area of their territory. So probably nobody really.
Wait, who alliance? Gulia?
The Guyan Alliance.
This is a pharma enterprise.
The pharmaceutical enterprise. So it's in the middle of a kind of a big ice flow, like a big glacier.
Mm-hmm.
But glaciers cover half the continent, so that's not real specific. They have to narrow it down to exactly where. But yeah, it's a fairly hilly region and has a glacier.
What do you think? How do you like the looks of the planet for landing?
Just a little try.
Yeah.
So it's a hilly area,
And ice flow.
ice flow throughout the hills.
Yeah, ice covers the hills. Ice is making the hills.
Flow.
On the plus side, there probably won't be a lot of animals. So, because there are some big scary animals on the planet, but they probably won't be on a glacier because there's no food there.
Where's the major settlement right next to this?
There's a couple of local camps, but no major settlements. This is an area that's claimed by a corporation, but they only send scout hovercraft every few weeks, so.
I would imagine there's got to be enough sensors so that even us coming, into the planet, people are going to pick us up.
Yeah.
The artifact, does it simply lie around, or how is it contained there?
Well, it's probably in the ruins, which would be under the glacier.
Okay,
we have heating devices to cut down into the glacier.
Okay, so you will make a dig site there, excavate any kind of entrance, get into the ruins, explore the ruins, get the artifact or whatever you're retrieving. How long do you think this will take?
No more than a couple days. Like I said.
Okay.
Oh, there's so many ways this could go wrong.
What are you talking about? It seems legit. All right. So I think that's a great place to end it for the week. On the verge of the big decision. And then next week we will start up with searching for the artifact and removing it.
Yeah. Preferably
without getting killed.
That would be preferable.
For you guys, anyway. I don't really. All right. So how'd this game go, guys? How do you feel about it?
I like it. It's good. Oh, on the technical side, for some odd reason, when you copied over my character sheet, my hit points weren't there.
No, you didn't tell me your hit points, so I didn't. I didn't have that number.
Did I not roll them, maybe?
You didn't put them in the list. You rolled them. I just and you said it out loud, but I didn't go back through.
Oh, wait, I
Uh,
remember because I was pissed off. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, it wasn't high.
I
Yes.
rolled higher than that.
Yeah, you did. I
I
remember.
think Ardelia has the highest hit points.
Yeah, yeah.
So I rolled a 4, and then
Plus your Constitution bonus.
1. So
Yeah. So
that sounds right, 5. But I can't edit the sheet, so.
no. Okay. I'll edit it. All right. I'm even on Marak.
Merrick.
Nope. Which of us knows your character better?
Well, you did pick out a really good profile picture of him. So.
I'll always go with Ben Browder. He's just my go-to space guy. Man, guys, the Sci-Fi Channel must have been kicking themselves when Guardians of the Galaxy made $1 gajillion. Because they're like, oh, that could have been us. We had that show. It was on for 4 years, then we canceled it for no reason. All right. So, you guys have any issues? Any areas where it felt stilted or wrong? I'm working on building up skill sets I don't really have as a GM. So, constructive criticism. Welcome.
Might be a little bit. I think it'll get more. You'll get more interaction from us as we do play together more, rather than okay, you're in space for 6 days.
Well, that's just something I'm at. I mean, we
No,
could
I know.
just
You
skip
gave
the
us
6
that time.
days.
You didn't force us into on. You're like, hey, if you got 6 days, you want to do anything, you want to say anything. I think that was fine. I just think you'll be seeing more interaction from us as we play more.
Well, so far it has been 3, 9, 13, 19, 21 days. Counting the 2 days you've known each other prior to this, you've known each other 23 days, or 23 days.
Everyone notices I clean my gun a lot. But really, I'm just doing that in front of them. It's part of my trying to look menacing.
Yes. The problem is you keep dropping the bullets.
Listen,
Really.
the turbulence on this thing was under control.
All right. Well, are you guys good for next week?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm good for next week, so we'll plan for that. And if something comes up, just make sure we let everybody know. Yes?
Okay.
And then I'll put all this information that I have into the wiki sometime this week. And
put some
then,
hangout notes in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll see what I can do about putting those in there too.
Yeah, because actually I do have to make some notes on so I don't forget anything.
I forget everything, and that's just my malfunction.
All right. Well, I will see you guys next week then.
All
Okay.
right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, goodbye.